Hi, I'm Jason from Listen, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install and configure your new AudioConnect 8x8 with SoundCheck. Before we get started, let's make sure we have a few things. Our USB hardware key, the AudioConnect 8x8 with its USB cable and power cable, as well as access to the internet to download the software, or a USB drive with the installer already on it. And finally, the email containing your status.dat file. This was sent to you when the hardware was shipped. If you don't have it or can't find it, don't worry. Give us a call or email and we'll be happy to send it to you again. Now, let's install SoundCheck. If you're already a SoundCheck user and you've just acquired new hardware, you could skip ahead to where we configure the hardware. First, insert the SoundCheck hardware key into one of your computer's USB ports. The drivers for this key are included in the software installation, so we want to plug it in early. Now, let's install the software. The download link is in the email with the license status.dat file. Again, if you need us to resend this, please give us a call or email. I've already downloaded it, so it's here, the setup executable. Let's click to install it. You may need to temporarily disable antivirus or security settings. If you're on a Windows machine installing it for the first time, it may prompt you to reboot to finish installing the LabVIEW runtime engine. This is normal, and SoundCheck will resume automatically after the reboot. Don't forget to register your software and hardware. This will ensure you're kept up to date with any new versions of software patches and also ensure speedy support should you run into any issues that you need help with. Now, let's open SoundCheck. You can see it starts off in demo mode. That's just because we haven't activated the software yet. When you open SoundCheck, the setup wizard pops up automatically and prompts us to locate our status.dat file. Make sure you've saved this somewhere you'll remember on your computer. Note that this file is key specific, so if you're installing multiple systems, you'll want to make sure you have the status file that matches the key for that system. Also, if you're installing multiple systems, you could put all the license files in the same directory and SoundCheck will automatically select the status.dat file that matches the connected key. Make sure you select the current folder option instead of open if you're doing this. Next, it prompts us to import settings from a previous version of SoundCheck. If this is your first time using SoundCheck, you can ignore this. Now we'll connect and configure our AudioConnect 8x8. If you have SoundCheck open, close it. We want to have the 8x8 connected before you open SoundCheck. Plug in the AudioConnect 8x8's power cable, then connect it to your computer with the USB cable and turn it on. Now open SoundCheck. Because we plugged the unit in already, SoundCheck automatically recognizes the AudioConnect 8x8. If your device isn't discovered, try disconnecting and reconnecting the USB cable and powering the device off and on. Now let's configure it. Select Hardware from the Setup menu and go to the Hardware table. We're on the Audio tab at the top. And we could see all the inputs and output channels for the AudioConnect 8x8 have been automatically populated. Parameters such as the input and output peak voltage (VP) values are stored on the device firmware and loaded automatically, so you don't need to type them in. Before we save and close this, let me show you the hardware configuration. Here you can select the AudioConnect 8x8. Hit Read Settings, and this is where you can see what the current settings are. After this is configured, every time SoundCheck starts up, these settings will be on the AudioConnect. For now, we don't need to change anything here, as self-test will configure this for us using message steps. This is good to know for when you are writing your own sequences, troubleshooting, or would like to assign a different startup configuration. We'll click OK and hit Save to close the editor. Next, we'll run self-test to make sure everything is communicating correctly. Go to File, Open, and then navigate to the Sequences Calibration folder. I'm going to select AudioConnect 8x8 Self-Test. We get a document with more information about this sequence. I'll just close that. And let's hit the green Start button, or you could use the F2 keyboard shortcut to run the sequence. This test configures the AudioConnect 8x8 to internally loop back the outputs to the inputs, and it ensures that it's able to send and receive signals without relying on external cables or transducers. This can be used as a sanity check to make sure that everything in SoundCheck's hardware table is set properly and there's no issues with the device. And we can see this unit has passed self-test. Self-test is an important step. Don't skip it. Okay, now let's take a measurement. I'm using a version of an automotive test sequence from our website that I modified previously for this demo. I'm using our 6 mic array equipped with SCM microphones. These are connected to the AudioConnect's inputs 1 through 6 using BNC connectors. But I don't have a car here in the lab, so I'm going to use a speaker to simulate the sound of the car's infotainment system. Because the speaker isn't powered, I also have an SC amp audio amplifier to power it, and is connected to output 1 of the 8x8. SoundCheck comes with lots of pre-installed test sequences, and there's even more on our website to get you up and running quickly. This is a simple automotive max sound pressure level sequence that plays pink noise for 30 seconds, and power averages the responses from the 6 microphones. It then power sums the average C-weighted spectrum to calculate a single value for max SPL. I've downloaded the sequence from our website and changed it to a closed loop configuration as I'm playing the stimulus out of the 8x8. I did this by adding a signal generator to my virtual instrument acquisition to play the pink noise. I'll be using mics 1 through 6 and direct out 1 as my signal paths. These were created automatically and assigned to the appropriate hardware channels by SoundCheck. If you're running the sequence, be sure to read through the sequence note as there are special instructions for gain settings and open loop configuration. Now let's run it. And there you can see we've got our measurements from all 6 microphones as well as the power average. That's this bolded line here. And over here we could see our calculated max SPL. And that's it, you're up and running. Thanks for joining me, and for more resources, visit the Listen support site or check the manuals included in your installation. And if you have any problems with your installation, we're here to help. Give us a call or email support@listeninc.com.